Hi there, everyone, and welcome to practice of lesson 51 from Course in Miracles workbook for students. We start as we usually do by thanking the Holy Spirit. We thank you, Holy Spirit, for every miracle you perform through us and in us. And we thank you for presenting yourself in every brother and sister and in every being. And we thank you for manifesting yourself in our dear brother Jesus. Dear brother Jesus, we want to be just like you, infinitely patient and infinitely loving. And the quote for today is this one. Let me share screen. Jesus is a manifestation of the Holy Spirit, whom he called down upon the earth after he ascended into heaven, or became completely identified with the Christ, the Son of God, as he created him. The Holy Spirit, being a creation of the one Creator, creating with him and in his likeness or spirit, is eternal and has never changed. He was called down upon the earth in the sense that it was now possible to accept him and to hear his voice. His is the voice for God and has therefore taken form. This form is not his reality, which God alone knows, along with Christ, his real Son, who is part of him. No, there it ends. That's the end of the quote. And now we go to lesson 51. But first we have to read the introduction. It's the introduction to the first review. Beginning with today, we will have a series of review periods. Each of them will cover 5 of the ideas already presented, starting with the first and ending with the 50th. There will be a few short comments after each of the ideas, which you should consider in your review. In the practice periods, the exercises should be done as follows. Begin the day by reading the 5 ideas, with the comments included. Thereafter, it is not necessary to follow any particular order in considering them, though each one should be practiced at least once. Devote 2 minutes or more to each practice period, thinking about the idea and the related comments after reading them over. Do this as often as possible during the day. It says, I'm going to read again. Devote 2 minutes or more to each practice period, thinking about the idea and the related comments after reading them over. Do this as often as possible during the day. If any one of the 5 ideas appeals to you more than the others, concentrate on that one. At the end of the day, however, be sure to review all of them once more. So we have to read them all at the end of the day. Be sure to review all of them once more. It is not necessary to cover the comments that follow each idea, either literally or thoroughly in the practice periods. Try rather to emphasize the central point and think about it as part of your review of the idea to which it relates. After you have read the idea and the related comments, the exercises should be done with your eyes closed and when you are alone in a quiet place, if possible. This is emphasized for practice periods at your stage of learning. It will be necessary, however, that you learn to require no special settings in which to apply what you have learned. You will need your learning most in situations that appear to be upsetting, rather than in those that already seem to be calm and quiet. The purpose of your learning is to enable you to bring the quiet with you and to heal distress and turmoil. This is not done by avoiding them and seeking a haven of isolation for yourself. You will yet learn that peace is part of you and requires only that you be there to embrace any situation in which you are. And finally, you will learn that there is no limit to where you are, so that your peace is everywhere as you are. You will note that for review purposes, some of the ideas are not given in quite their original form. Use them as they are given here. It is not necessary to return to the original statements, nor to apply the ideas as was suggested then. We are now emphasizing the relationships among the first 50 of the ideas we have covered and the cohesiveness of the thought system to which they are leading you. And that is the end of the introduction to review 1. So it says that we should read at the beginning of the day the 5 ideas, and at the end of the day to review them, all of them once more. So we should read them at the end of the day. I'm sorry. And that we should practice a 2-minute period with every idea, concentrating on the central idea. So the title of the lesson. Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this case. It says that we do it as frequent as possible. How it say? Do this as often as possible during the day. As often as possible could be every 10 minutes, every 15, 20, 30 minutes, or every hour at least. And we devote 2 minutes in reviewing the title of the lesson's title. And now that is the practice that we are doing at the beginning of the day, let's say, we're gonna read the five ideas that we have for today, and we will concentrate in one. We will do a we can devote more than 2 minutes because it says at least 2 minutes, or 2 minutes or more, I think it was, as it stated it. Devote 2 minutes or more to each practice period. So we're gonna do or more, a little more. So we're gonna read lesson 51. The review for today covers the following ideas. 1. Nothing I see means anything. The reason this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, that I may learn to see. What I think I see now is taking the place of vision. I must let it go by realizing it has no meaning, so that vision may take its place. 2. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this I see. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality, because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments because I want to see. My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. 3. I do not understand anything I see. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. Again, how could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it, but there is every reason to let it go and make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I have made before? Than the one I made before? 4. These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware. I'm sorry. Again. These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I am trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I am not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. 5. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think because I am constantly trying to justify my thoughts. I am constantly trying to make them true. I make all things my enemies so that my anger is justified and my attacks are warranted. I have not realized how much I have misused everything I see by assigning this role to it. I have done this to defend a thought system that has hurt me, and I no longer want. I am willing to let it go. And that is the end of our lesson 51, and we will concentrate in the first idea. Well, we can do two of them or more if we have time. So we are gonna devote, it said, the instructions for the first review. It says that we should devote 2 minutes. So we're gonna devote 3 minutes for the first idea. And we're gonna concentrate on the lesson's title. Nothing I see means anything. We start in 3, 2, 1. We close our eyes. Nothing I see means anything. Nothing I see means anything. Nothing I see means anything. We can open our eyes. And we're gonna go to the second idea. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. We start in 3, 2, 1. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. And we're gonna do 2 minutes with our third idea. I do not understand anything I see. We start in 3, 2, 1. I do not understand anything I see. With closed eyes, I do not understand anything I see. I do not understand anything I see. We continue with our fourth idea. These thoughts do not mean anything. 2 minutes with closed eyes. We start in 3, 2, 1. These thoughts do not mean anything. These thoughts do not mean anything. These thoughts do not mean anything. We can open our eyes and we follow to the last one. I am never upset for the reason I think. And we start in 3, 2, 1. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think. And we can open our eyes and we're gonna practice these ideas focusing specifically on the lesson's title, 2 2 minutes or more as often as possible. It could be every 15 minutes or at least every hour. And at the end of the day, we review the 5 ideas, so we read them all at the end of the day. And that's all for practice for lesson 51. And in this review, the first review, we're gonna do this kind of practice every day for the next 10 lessons. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining. Nina, Marcela, Elena, Ronald, Marisol, blessings to all of you. And thank you so much for joining. Bye bye. Have a nice day, everyone.